up in the hills.
It's opening morning. Just spotted some cows. Got a little bit of a late start this morning. Our plans for this morning were a bust. On the way in last night, the back strap that holds my Polaris Ranger down on the trailer broke, and then the Polaris Ranger jumped kind of forward, and the tire on the Ranger rubbed against the tire on the trailer, and both tires exploded. So we had a double blowout, one on the trailer and one on the Polaris. The Polaris is kind of our lifeline out here. We use that little vehicle to get us in all these back roads, and really don't want to mess up the new truck. So we're kind of limited as to where we can go. We'll probably be doing a lot of walking on this hunt, a lot of glassing, and just made things a little harder. But you know what? We're not going to give up. We're going to keep that faith, and hopefully it turns up good for us. I'm confident that it will. So let's keep going. Wow, there was at least 60 or 70 elk in that herd. I mean, a huge herd. And I didn't see not one mature bull in there. A lot of little satellite bulls, small ones. They're even in velvet still. It's early September, and the elk just ain't ready. There was a raghorn in there, did you see it? It's green still. But it's still green. It's fresh. Well, folks, just like I hoped for, there is water in this wallow. It's not really a water hole. It's actually more of a wallow. And there is elk track. You can smell the elk here. There's signs everywhere. There's actually a blind that somebody had from a long time ago. Doesn't look like anybody's touched that thing in a couple of years. This meadow is pretty big. It's probably about 300 yards across long, and it's about a good 100 yards wide. Beautiful mountain meadow. We're on the top of a mountain. Well, everyone, this is our final product. We rebuilt the blind. Took us about 30 minutes maybe. I've got some good shooting holes there. I'll take a walk all the way around it so you can see. I've got a shooting hole on this side. And an entrance here with a couple of shooting holes there. Should be pretty hidden from the elk. Hopefully with any luck, something comes right in. Sweet. Good job, Tammy. Walking back to the truck from the blind we just built. We're probably about 300 300 yards into the forest from the blind, and I can smell elk really strong. Check this out. This is so fresh. It's green. There's elk hair on it right there. This was made within a day. Good sign. We're headed back to the truck. We're gonna go get our little seats and a few other things so that we can sit here until it gets dark. Right now it's about 2 o'clock. So we better make this quick. Get here before the elk do. While we're back at the trailhead into the wallow that we built a blind at earlier. It's a little after 4 now. There's some clouds out. That should get these elk up and moving. It's cooling off, so I'm not sure if they're going to need to wallow or not, but we got to try something, so let's go. Big old giant black ones are coming.
We waited in the blind until the very last legal shooting light before slowly backing out to start our long hike back to the truck in the dark. However, the wallow had so much sign, we decided to leave a trail cam to see when the action had been taking place. Lo and behold, not 20 minutes after leaving the blind, this nice bull showed up to drink and prance around in the meadow. Again and again, the elk came into this wallow, but they never once showed up during legal shooting light.
Looking to the right, they're looking to the right. We ran into a group of elk on the way in this morning. There was probably about 8 or 9 cows and one bull in there. He wasn't a very big bull. He was a raghorn. He was about a 3x3, maybe a 4x4. His main beams were about 4 feet long, so he had good genetics. He'll grow up to be a big bull. Being it's the second day, we just went ahead and let him walk. The cows are all giving me shots as well. On the archery hunts here in New Mexico, it is an either sex tag. And you know, with all the hunting pressure that's in here, limited areas to hunt, those cows and those raghorns look mighty tempting. I'm going to try and get you guys a big bull on video. I'm going to hold off. The hunt is 2 weeks long, but I'm going to tell you, towards the end, if I haven't shot that big bull, I'm going to take an elk down. It is archery equipment, and it isn't easy to do, and I really love the meat. There ain't nothing like a bag full of elk jerky, let me tell you. I make some good one. So we're just going to keep going and see what happens. It's a beautiful morning out here. It's supposed to get hot, so maybe this afternoon they'll come into the water. Let's keep our fingers crossed, see what happens. Having a hard time finding the bull. Early in September, they're not rutting yet. It is an either sex tag, but I'm gonna pass. Plenty of opportunity if I wanted to take a cow later in the hunt. Let's keep going. Here we go, folks, round two. I had to return to work for a couple of days, but we headed back last night. It's a week into the hunt now, so the rut's getting a little closer. The cows are starting to sound off, and so are the bulls. So we're going to try a different tactic this week. I'm going to try using a bugle to challenge a bull and get a bull to want to come and start an altercation, and also with some cow calls. We were real quiet last week with the calls because the elk were too. They weren't quite ready, but as you can see, they're really starting to rub. This is a very fresh rub. We're in an area here that's got a high number of bulls running around in it, so with any luck we can get something to respond. Keep our fingers crossed. Let's keep going. See him on the hill? Dang. That's a big one. Seven by 6. That's a nice bull.
We spotted this bull while glassing the countryside. He was hanging out right on the other side of the fence, on private property. He sure was a great bull. Although I couldn't shoot this bull, it gave me a good idea of the types of bulls I can find in these mountains. At this point, I had my mind made up. I had my heart set on a Gila giant.
Wow, that's a nice one. He's a 7. This is a nice little water hole that we found. Found it on my Garmin. We ventured out here, and this water hole has been hunted before, and with some success. You can see that there's some bones here where they shot an elk before. They look pretty old, chalky. So that's a good sign. Maybe we could do the same thing. This will be one of the water holes we'll consider waiting in the afternoon. Let's keep going.
They're moving up on top. There they go. No, I don't see any horns. Cow with a calf. Real small calf with her. What's that range? 257. He's following him. I bet you he's chasing them. Well, we are in the middle of nowhere in some absolute beautiful country. And if you need to make a phone call, there it is. There's the infamous payphone in the Gila Mountains. People who see this payphone will definitely know where we're at. Unfortunately, it looks like the payphone don't work.
The quarter's right here stuck.
Very cool though.
The quarter's stuck.
I'm on him. I'm on him. I'm on him. Go.
After that close encounter with that big bull, we found this high mountain waterhole, full of elk tracks. We had plans for the evening to hunt a different area, so we decided to leave a trail cam. Take a look at what came in shortly after we left. It just goes to show that picking a location can sometimes be a game of chance.
It all started out when I was 5 years old. My dad used to take us hunting out there in the cold. He didn't know much about the land. All he had was his truck and his rifle in his hands. A 30-06 is what he had. That gun was rusty, but it still wasn't bad. We chased them muleys up there in the hills, and my grandpa would do the same if he were living still. It's a family tradition that goes way far back, chasing the bucks with a 10-4 rack. I wouldn't change a feeling for nothing else. Blood, sweat, tears, and finding yourself to feel like a man up in the hills. I'm all grown up and it's my turn now to show the next generation just like I learned how. To walk through the woods without a sound, and to show them how a blood trail can be found. It ain't like how it used to be, glowing eyes and the headlight in the night, can't you see? You gotta work real hard and follow the rules. That warden's gonna catch you acting like a fool. It's a family tradition that goes way far back, chasing the bugs with a 10-4 rack. I wouldn't change a feeling for nothing else. The blood, sweat, tears, and finding yourself. Feel like a man up in the hills.
While glassing high on a mountaintop, we spotted this bull crossing the very road we drove in on. In the middle of the day and in broad daylight, this bull was brave enough to walk right through the middle of the open meadow. However, it's because of such open terrain, the stalk on this bull to get within archery range would be difficult or maybe even impossible. Looks like this bull will live to see another day. But it sure was fun watching him. Late in the hunt, we were joined by Freddy Lawrence, who was also lucky enough to draw this hunt.
that's a 6 by. You see him in the camera?
Yeah, is he leading? Is he leading that herd?
Yeah, he's running it. Bigger one's gonna throw him out pretty soon, but he's decent size. He's a 6 by 6. See him?
He's crossing there. Oh, I see him now. He's crossing that tree right there.
He's right up in the tree. See him? Oh wow. Yeah, that's a big tree. Really. Hear that cow go? Was that Fred? No, they're not spooked. They're a safe distance. Have them all over the place in this camera. They're all free-handing. Nice bull. That was a close call. We got really close to that bull, but they went down this steep mountain and up the other side faster than we can catch up to him. Real nice 6 by 6 bull. He's down there raking some trees. He's following around 8 cows. He's a good 6 by 6, maybe a 300 bull. But the big boy is on top of this mountain up here. We keep hearing him view. It's that same 7 by 7 I've been after. We got a big herd bull right over here. There's a whole group of satellite bulls. He's keeping away from the herd just to the right. This bull's a nice bull. We're gonna go after him. Here they all come. Oh, he's big. Dang, he's nice. That's a big one.
I see him. He's in the back.
Ooh, that's a huge one.
While slowly stalking the big bull, we ran into this great satellite bull. I would have shot this bull had he given me the chance. But I have to wonder, what kind of regret would I have had to live with, knowing a Gila giant was right in front of us, unsuspected, and almost within archery range. Let's keep going.
So close. Oh my God. I fired an arrow at that elk, but it was a long bow shot, further than I probably should be shooting. I came so close to him. I probably missed him by an inch. He got nervous. The cows are in the canyon right below me. I couldn't see him. I could see one cow up there. She was a small cow, and she must have been their lookout. And she was barking, trying to warn them. The wind was in my favor. They didn't see me. They didn't smell me. But elk have this sixth sense, and they just know you're there. And she was barking, giving the warning call, and made them all nervous. He was coming in. He was going to give me the great shot. And because of that little cow and her warning calls, she got all the rest of the herd nervous, and they all started taking off. And I stopped him with the cow call and took the Hail Mary. You know, I don't recommend doing that. This has just been extremely difficult and challenging and frustrating, and hopefully soon to be rewarding hunt. That's all I can say. We put miles on the boots. We've glassed miles and miles of country through our binos. We've rode roads. I mean, we've done basically everything, and looks like it's coming to an end. We have one more day left. We're gonna go pick up Freddy Lawrence. He's also got a tag, and he's hunting down by the lake. We've seen some nice elk down there. Hopefully he had better luck than we did. I was so close. Well, folks, that ends my 2019 elk hunt in the Gila Mountains. I was not successful in a way of killing an elk. However, I do feel like I was successful in seeing elk and enjoying myself out here and doing what I love to do. You know, I really wished I would have gotten an elk, but there's no regrets on this hunt. I had some opportunities on some small bulls and a lot of cows, and I just didn't take those opportunities in hopes of a big bull. This is a really good unit. I didn't want to waste my tag on something that I'd regret later, and here I am about to go back to camp and eat tag soup. But I'll tell you what, it was fun, and like I said, we were on them, we had our chances, and no regrets. So until next time, make sure and like and subscribe and stay along with us as the adventure with Up in the Hills Productions continues.
Up in the hills.